Sinai back here for Jetty, and Jetty just slices it out of play. Sinai unhappy with the centre back, but not a great moment there for Jetty on the ball. Had time to maybe just at least loft it more accurately out the fence. Should have been gifted a throw. Just over 2 minutes played it in Philadelphia. Perisic to take the throw in line with the penalty area. Kovacic and Perisic combined. Good tackle there from Sinai. Semenyo flicks it out to Partey. Thomas Partey goes long towards the centre circle. Easy control for Satalo. Trying to wrong for Ayew. Satalo just goes backwards now to Livakovic. Pongracic. Just over 2.5 minutes gone in Philadelphia. In Croatia, unsurprisingly dominating the ball. And Modric links up short with Vlasic. And now here's Sucic. Some halfway, Stanisic. Joseph Stanisic back to Satalo. Satalo now, bring it towards the halfway line. Still Satalo, now into the Croatia half. Satalo looks towards the left-hand side and whips that pass too far behind a Baturina. Yeah, poor distribution there for Satalo. Now can Ghana push up the pitch? Well, Sinai throws it backwards to Jete. Here's Thomas Partey going in. Cassin's on for a square pass to his left. So Partey gives it to Owusu. Now Sibo in the centre circle receives it square from Owusu. And now here's Ghana just over halfway. Mensah looks to go down line, instead goes backwards in the end into the feet of Lucassen. Thomas Partey. It's formed that back three at the moment. Ghana just behind the centre circle with Sibo. And tap to Thomas Partey. Now Partey lifts it on the left-hand side. Ayew beating the air from Satalo, but now Ghana win it back on left. It was actually too much of a strong challenge from Sulemana there on Sucic. So it will be a Croatia free kick. And I have to say he's a little bit over-aggressive there from Sulemana and Sucic. So it's a short free kick played out from Croatia on the inside left. 10 yards behind halfway. Modric now moves it along to his right to Satalo. And now Pongracic into the centre circle. Pongracic goes square to Kovacic over halfway. Baturina tackle, it deflects forwards. Now Lucassen controls that ball that deflected forwards. Back now to Asare. Asare in his light blue kit has time just to roll it forwards to Partey. Now Sibo trying to make himself available. Instead goes to Semenyo dropping deep. Here's Partey. Sees that from Ajete. Now Ayew just beyond the halfway line. Moves it forwards on the left to Mensah. Ayew continuing to run forwards. Ayew now drops short again to link up with Mensah. Mensah now rolls it forwards on the left. Sulemana. There's Stanisic. That's a great tackle there for Stanisic. Now Stanisic leveled the penalty between the legs of Satalo. It's now back with Livakovic. Being chased out from Ayew though. Livakovic under pressure and just passed it straight out of touch. It was good closing down there from Ayew. Not let Livakovic have a moment's peace. So it's the throw for Ghana. Semenyo throws it short. Semenyo gets it returned back to him. And now Ghana moving it backwards. Here is Owusu. And that's Sibo, just by the centre circle, plays it through it to Lucassen. Lucassen, it's the feet of Sibo. Lucassen now has the ball halfway. Here's Ajete. Sibo dropping towards him in the centre circle. So he looks for Owusu's pass deflects off of Kovacic and goes forwards, but Ghana do have it right back. Sinai goes to pass it to Sare. Now Lucassen coming up towards the halfway line. 5-yard forward pass, sharp turn for Sulemana. Taps over halfway to Mensah. And Mensah back on the halfway line, goes in the centre circle to Partey. Partey under pressure from Budimir. Holds on to it though. It's nice and cool, Partey. Him and Sinai combine. Ghana still inside the half. Partey's pass goes 2 yards over halfway to Semenyo. Semenyo cutting inside. Rolls it forwards. Semenyo trying to combine with a teammate, but Kovacic steps in and tackles. And now here's Sutic in the centre circle, comes out of it, pokes it forwards on the left-hand side. Sutic saying he was obstructed, nothing given by the referee. He travels over halfway, doesn't have anything on, so knocks it backwards to Menta. Is Sibo. Now Ajete. Pass goes back 4 yards over halfway to Sinai. And now it's back in the centre circle, Partey. Let's go to Lucassen. Just over 7 minutes gone in Philadelphia, Croatia 0-0. Just a reminder, if you are watching the match as well as listening to us, make sure you are watching it. We've got local broadcaster Suleiman on the halfway line, plays it through the centre circle. Ajete taps it to Partey. Thomas Partey, right-footed. Square into the feet, Lucassen walks it over halfway. Passing to Partey. Lucassen on the ball once more. Partey in the centre circle. And just taps it to Ajete. Ajete back to Partey. Now Thomas Partey wants a pass towards the inside right. Semenyo miscontrols though. Kovacic, he's fouled in the centre circle by Jornai. And that will be a free kick to Croatia. 8 minutes gone in Philadelphia. No real big chances created in that time. I'll update you if there's any goals in that England game in New Jersey. Now here come Croatia. Down left-hand side, Baturina puts the delivery towards Budimir, but too high for Ante Budimir in the end. And a pretty easy catch for Benjamin Asare. It's good work though from Croatia. Sprint out towards left-hand side. Cross too high. Asare's throw to Menta. Now here's Partey. Owusu coming up towards the halfway line. Left with the centre circle. Gives it back inside it to Partey. Partey taps it in the centre circle to Sibo. Partey again. Gone now, loft over halfway through Lucassen, but way too far ahead of Sulemana. There's the only real option on though for Lucassen to go long towards. Stanisic throw. Modric traps it. Stanisic again. Now Satalo. Goes to Satalo right in the middle of his own half. And a light pass to Kovacic. Turns onto his right foot. 4 yards shy of the centre circle. Back to Satalo. Now Pongracic in charge of the ball. Pongracic coming towards the centre circle. Now just stops the ball. Kovacic, pass goes over halfway. Perisic. Baturina wants it inside. Perisic just over 10 yards into Ghana half. Now back to Kovacic. On halfway with Pongracic in the centre circle. Moved along to Modric. Now picks up the forward pass on the right hand side to Sucic. Sucic, his pass deflects in the box and turn and clearance from Menta. And now Sulemana drives it out of his own area. And now Sulemana pokes it to Ayu just behind halfway. Tackle now. Loose up in the air. Satalo won the tackle. Modric knocks it forwards. But Menta steps onto the ball. He gives it to Partey. And now Croatia can play it out from the back with Ajete to Sinai. Inside to Partey. Just over 10 minutes gone here. In Philadelphia, Croatia 0, Ghana 0. Sibo now. Gets over the halfway line. Square out to the left wing to Menta now. Pass goes back on the halfway line to Lucassen. Bit of a chance now for Croatia, Ghana to try and get a good foothold in this game. In the centre circle with Partey. It's squared to his right to Ajete. Now Partey again, moves it through the centre circle over halfway. Square now to Lucassen. Scoop forward to Menta. Satalo steps forwards, heads it back in the Ghana half. And it is Lucassen on the ball. Now Partey. And coming towards Partey, Sibo. So roll past to Sibo, it's inside the centre circle, whips it towards the right, it's on the halfway line with Sinai. Sinai being well closed down from Baturina. So Ghana just move it further back. Now Partey receives it from Ajete, Lucassen. About 3 yards in front of him on the halfway line to Menta now. Lucassen goes to the diagonal ball, look at the runner, Semenyo. Nowhere near fine.